Advocates Day. Under Section 49(1)(c) of an Advocates Act, there are certain rules made by the Bar Council of India. The rules towards the court. The advocate should act in a dignified manner. The advocate should respect the court. Advocate should not communicate in private. Means to a judge. Advocate should not refuse to act in an illegal manner. Means that is bribing a judge and all that. Advocate should not use any unfair means. Duty of an advocate to appear in a proper dress code. Duty of an advocate to refuse to appear in front of a relation. If a father is a judge, then the son should not appear before a father, or any of the relatives should not appear before the same judge. Duty upon advocates not to wear a gown and band in a public places, for which there can be misconduct. Duty not to represent establishment of which he is a member. Like suppose if he is a director in a company, he should not represent the company. Duty of an advocate not to appear in a pecuniary interest. Means an advocate should not act or plead in any matter in which he has a financial interest. Further duty of an advocate not to be a surety for a client or certify soundness of a surety that his client require for the purpose of legal proceeding. The duty towards his clients, these are duty to bound accept brief. An advocate is bound to accept any brief in the court or a tribunal wherever he is practicing. Duty not to withdraw from a service. An advocate should not ordinarily withdraw from serving a client once he has agreed to serve him. Duty not to appear in a matter where he himself is a witness. An advocate should not accept a brief or appear in a case in which he himself is a witness. Duty to uphold the interests of the client. An advocate should fearlessly uphold the interests of his client by all fair and honorable means. An advocate appearing for a prosecution of a criminal matter should conduct the proceedings in a dignified manner. Duty not to suppress any material evidence. Duty not to disclose the communication between the client and himself. An advocate should not by any means, directly or indirectly, disclose the communication made by him to his client. He shall not disclose the advice given by him in the proceedings. He may disclose with the permission of a client. Duty not to instigate the client in the proceedings. Duty to Duty not to receive an interest in an actionable claim means an advocate should not trade or agree to receive any share or interest in any actionable claim. Duty not to bid for a purchase of property arising out of a legal proceedings. An advocate should not by any means bid or purchase either in own name or any other name for his own benefit or for benefit of any other person, any property sold in any legal proceeding. He has a duty not to bid or transfer a property arising out of a legal proceeding. Means an advocate should not by any means bid in court, auction, or acquire by way of sale, gift, or exchange, or any other mode. He has a duty not to adjust fees against a personal liability. Advocate should not misuse or take advantage of the confidence reposed by the client. Duty to keep proper accounts. An advocate should mention his account whether any monies received by him from the client on account of fees or expenses. He may maintain the client's account separately. Where any amount is received or given to him on behalf of his client, the advocate must, without any delay, intimate his client. Duty not to divert money from his account. He has a further duty not to adjust fees after termination of proceeding. An advocate shall, after termination of proceedings, be at liberty to adjust the fees due to him from the account of the client, and the balance he has to pay back. An advocate must provide the client with the copy of the client's account maintained by him. He has a duty not to lend money to his client for the purpose of any action or legal proceeding in which he is engaged by such client. An advocate who has advised a party in connection with the institution of a suit, appeal, or other matter or has drawn pleading or acted for a party shall not act, appear, or plead for the opposite party in that matter, in the same matter. Now coming to advocate's duty to opponents. First duty, duty not to negotiate directly with the opposite party. Duty to carry out legitimate promise made. Now coming to the duties towards his fellow advocate. Duty not to advertise or solicit a work. An advocate's signboard or nameplate should be of a reasonable size. An advocate shall not permit his professional services or his name to be used for promoting or starting any unauthorized practice of law. An advocate shall not accept a fees less than the fees which can be taxed under the rules when the client is able to pay more. A duty to consent a fellow advocate to appear. These all duties of an advocate toward the client